notice that I put some shapes in front of you? We're going to talk about that. What we're going to do is find out how do we find the areas of a figure or shape. Can you say that with me? How do we find, your turn? How do we find the area of a shape or figure? Okay, so we've talked about areas before, is that right? Yeah. Okay, well let's just review some of the vocabulary. Do you remember what an area is?
Sort of.
Sort of? Okay, if you're not sure, I wrote it up here so we can kind of take a look at it. Okay, what's an area?
Areas, the number of squares.
Square units?
Square units inside a shape or
F word? Figure. Figure. The number of a square unit inside a shape or figure. And so I put a little example here. Does that look familiar? What does that remind you of?
That's the shape like this one.
Shape like that, or you know what it reminds me of? A grid paper. Remember the grid paper that we did our area? Okay, we're going to do something very exciting today. We're going to get on the computer and we're going to go to Explore Learning and we're going to design our own chocolate candy bars.
That sounds delicious.
Are you ready to do that?
Yes.
Okay, well let's go over to the computer. Sure. All right, what we're going to do on Gizmo is we're going to use this software, this little program, and we're going to design candy bars. Everybody like candy bars?
I like chocolate.
I do too. You like chocolate candy bars, India? Okay, we're going to use this design and we're going to create candy bars made out of chocolate squares. And we're going to have to use our multiplication to find the number of squares. And also, we're going to build collection. We can join candy bars together to make them bigger. But I want you guys to explore, okay? I don't want to show you what to do. I want you to tell me how or what you can do in here.
Explore and play games.
Well, let's explore and see what happens, okay? So you go into Gizmo where it says Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Right down here.
Gizmo.
And I think I have the student exploration for you.
Hey,
okay.
Chocolate.
Okay, now let's look at this. I'll give one to each of you.
This is not hard?
It's not hard at all. But before we begin, what do you think you can do with this? You're very smart. You're very smart. So remember, when we want to find the inside of the of the areas, we can count them one by one, or we can arrange them in an array and we can count them by groups. Now, do you remember what the formulas are for an array? Or I'm sorry, for an area? I'm going to give you a hint.
Long, short,
length times
large.
What's this? Length times. We talked about it, the dimensions. Another way.
We could count by 10.
Is there 10 in this group? In that first row, is there 10? Count them. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12.
And there's 3 by the...
And there's 3 rows, or 3 rows. And how many did we say? 12?